In the heart of Los Angeles, where the neon lights of Sunset Boulevard flicker like dying stars, there stood an old and decrepit mansion. Its grandeur had long faded, replaced by an eerie stillness that surrounded it like a shroud. The locals whispered about the mansion, claiming it was haunted by a malevolent force that thrived on the fear of those who dared to enter. Legend had it that the mansion's original owner, a once prominent film director named Maxwell Blackwood, met a grisly end within its walls. His obsession with creating the perfect horror film led him down a dark path, delving into occult practices to capture the most authentic terror on screen. As the story goes, he disappeared one stormy night, leaving behind only a cryptic message scrawled in blood on the mansion's walls: "The shadows will be my audience." Decades passed, and the mansion stood abandoned until a young filmmaker named Alex stumbled upon it. Intrigued by the macabre history, he saw an opportunity to resurrect his stalled career by creating the ultimate horror masterpiece. Ignoring the warnings of locals, Alex convinced a crew to join him in the decaying mansion for a month-long shoot. The first day passed without incident, but as the sun dipped below the horizon, the mansion came alive with unsettling whispers and shifting shadows. Strange occurrences plagued the crew, lights flickering inexplicably, cold gusts of wind in closed rooms, and the unmistakable feeling of being watched. Alex dismissed these as mere theatrics, attributing them to the mansion's dilapidated state. As days turned into nights, the crew's unease deepened. The shadows on the walls seemed to take on sinister shapes, and chilling whispers echoed through the empty corridors. One by one, crew members began to vanish without a trace, leaving behind only their terrified whispers lingering in the air. Alex, desperate to salvage his project, delved deeper into the mansion's secrets, unraveling a dark force that fed on the fear it induced. On the 13th night, as a storm raged outside, Alex discovered an old film reel hidden in the mansion's basement. The reel contained footage of Maxwell Blackwood's final experiment, a ritual that bound his soul to the very essence of fear itself. As Alex watched in horror, he realized that the malevolent force had been using his crew's fear to regain strength, intending to break free from its spectral prison. In a panic, Alex tried to flee the mansion, but the shadows themselves seemed to come alive, ensnaring him in a suffocating grip. The mansion echoed with the tortured screams of his crew and the manic laughter of Maxwell Blackwood's trapped soul. As the shadows closed in, Alex's own fear became the final ingredient needed to complete the ritual. The mansion, now a vessel for unspeakable horror, stood silent once more as the storm outside subsided. The legends of Sunset Boulevard whispered a new tale of the filmmaker who dared to disturb the shadows, his fate forever entwined with the malevolent force that now lurked within the decaying walls. With the storms passing, the mansion on Sunset Boulevard settled into an ominous calm. The air hung heavy with the residue of fear, and the once-forgotten echoes of Maxwell Blackwood's malevolent laughter reverberated through the haunted halls. The twisted alliance between the filmmaker and the vengeful spirit had unleashed a darkness that now seeped into the very foundations of the mansion. The following morning, the mansion appeared deceptively serene, as if the horrors of the night before were nothing more than a ghastly dream. But the absence of Alex and his crew was a haunting reminder of the malevolent force that had claimed them. The mansion had consumed their fear, leaving behind only a chilling emptiness that permeated every corner. Local authorities, alerted by the sudden disappearance of the filmmaker and his crew, cautiously entered the mansion. They found no signs of struggle, no traces of the vanished souls. The shadows, having feasted on the fear of the living, had retreated to their spectral lair, leaving behind an eerie stillness that clung to the air like a curse. In the weeks that followed, the mansion became a dreaded landmark, and tales of its supernatural horror spread like wildfire. Locals avoided Sunset Boulevard after dark, fearful of encountering the shadows that seemed to seep from the very pores of the mansion itself. Whispers of Maxwell Blackwood's laughter echoed through the city, a haunting reminder of the malevolent force that now lay dormant within. 1 year later, on a stormy night reminiscent of the fateful evening when Alex had unearthed the cursed film reel, a group of thrill-seekers gathered outside the mansion's rusted gates. Drawn by the allure of the macabre, they dared to challenge the legends that surrounded Sunset Boulevard. Unaware of the darkness that awaited them, They entered the mansion with nervous laughter and skeptical smiles. As the group delved deeper into the mansion's decaying interior, the shadows stirred once more. The malevolent force, fueled by the thrill-seeker's mounting fear, awakened from its spectral slumber. The air became thick with an otherworldly presence, and the temperature plummeted as the shadows danced with malevolence. In the heart of the mansion, a spectral figure materialized. Maxwell Blackwood, his form twisted and contorted by the unholy pact he had forged with the shadows. His voice, dripping with malice, whispered promises of unspeakable terror to those who dared trespass on his cursed domain. The thrill-seekers, now trapped in a nightmare of their own making, realized too late the gravity of the malevolent force they had awakened. The shadows, no longer content to merely haunt the mansion, hungered for new souls to ensnare. As the night unfolded, the echoes of their terrified screams intertwined with Maxwell Blackwood's laughter, creating a haunting symphony that echoed through the haunted halls of the mansion on Sunset Boulevard. The malevolent force, having tasted the fear of the living once more, reclaimed its dominion over the decaying mansion, ensuring that its dark legend would endure for years to come.